Okay. Let's get into our first segue wheel for my first stories.
Hard to handle now. All right, first story. Remember, Phil.
I only have 2 stories today in my culture news.
Okay,
so
nice.
You've got all the stories today. Sarcasm. Give me some sarcasm for this story about... I remember the name of it. Yodeling! This is from Jamie Keaton on AP News. Coming out of Lucerne, Switzerland. Yodeling hee! What? Those famed yodeling calls that for centuries have echoed through the Alps and more recently have morphed into a popular song could soon reap a response from faraway Paris. Switzerland's government is looking for a shout-out from UN agency UNESCO, based in the French capital, to include the tradition of yodeling on the list of intangible heritage. The decision is expected by year-end. Modern-day promoters emphasize that the yodel is far more than the mountain cries of yesteryear by falsetto bellowing male herders in suspenders who intone alongside giant Alpine instruments atop verdant hillsides. If you've never seen like the yodeling meme, that's it. He just explained it in words. It's now a popular form of singing. That's true. There was that kid in the Walmart who was yodeling, right? It's become an actual, and Walmart. I think, what was her name? There's a lot of artists who put yodeling into their singing, right? They do. They don't maybe yodel the whole song, but they have a yodeling in it.
Right.
Over the last century, yodeling clubs sprouted up in Switzerland, building upon the tradition and broadening its appeal, with its tones, techniques, and tremolos finding their way deeper into the musical lexicon internationally in classical, jazz, and folk. U.S. country crooners prominently blended yodels into their songs in the late 1920s and 1930s. About 70 years ago, Lucerne University of Applied Science and Arts became the first Swiss university to teach yodeling. For me, actually, in Switzerland, we have 4 languages, but I think really we have 5 languages. We have a 5th, the yodel. Nadja Ross, a professor at the university, alluded to the official German, French, Italian, and Romance Switzerland. Yodeling exists in a neighboring Austria, Germany, and Italy. Yodeling is distinctive because of its vocal technique. In its early days, yodeling involved chants of wordless vowel sounds, or natural yodeling, with melodies but no lyrics. More recently, yodeling songs have included verses and a refrain. Oh God! Not a refrain! The Swiss government says at least 12,000 yodelers take part in 780 groups of Swiss education. In Switzerland, Ross said, yodeling is filled with the sound of colors of the voice and features 2 types, one centering on the head sound, and one emanating from deeper down the chest with a sound. Doo-doo-doo-hoo-hoo, and oh-do-ho-ho. Here you go. And even within Switzerland, styles vary. Yodeling in the northern region near Appenzell is more melancholic and slow, while in the country's central regions, the sounds are more intense and shorter, she said. She has studied yodeling, okay? She is a yodel expert. What began as mostly a male activity and are now drawing more women in the country that adopted universal suffrage. 1. The Appenzell Innerrhoden region only gave equal voting rights to women in local elections in 1990. Why? That's the weirdest thing in this story, not the yodeling. That's the weirdest thing for me. Equal voting rights in 1990? Fuck's sake.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Don't you get it?
Following a high court ruling, it's really fucking sad the high court had to be like, hey, you can't stop people from voting, assholes. Julien Roulemire, a scientific advisor for the Federal Office of Culture, who is spearheading the Swiss request, said it's tough to trace the origins of yodeling, which factors into the imagery of the Swiss Alps. Some say it means a communication between valleys, using these very distinctive sounds that can carry a long way. Others believe it's a form of singing. That what we know is that yodeling has always been transformed and uplifted. UNESCO's government-level code for intangible heritage will decide in mid-December in New Delhi. The classification aims to raise public awareness of arts, craftsmanship, rituals, knowledge, and traditions that are passed down over generations. And also UNESCO heritage signifies to us how both different and similar humans are, right? How we come up with these things that we should all experience and share with each other. Also among the 68 total nominations this year are traditions like the Tanaka face powder in Myanmar, Ghanaian high life music, the fermented beverage moxine, and the El Oropo music and dance tradition in Venezuela. The list is different from the UNESCO World Heritage List, which enshrines protections for physical sites that are considered important in humanity, like the pyramids of Giza in Egypt. Yeah, we can't protect the Yodeling. Protect the Alps. You can't. I mean, the Alps are going to be long before, long after we've left the planet. Last year, Japan's famed sake, the smooth rice wine, was one of more than 60 honorees. I can't believe sake wasn't protected until now. One of the 60 honorees in the Intangible Heritage List, along things like the Nauru Spring Festival in parts of Central Asia, and the skills and knowledge of zinc in Paris. Ross of Lucene University says that the candidates for the Intangible Heritage List are asked to specify future prospects of transitions. We figure out some projects to bring into the future, and one of those is we bring the yodel to primary school, said Ross. Herself grew up yodeling. She said 20 Swiss school teachers know how to yodel and are trying it with their classes. One of my life goals is that when I die, in Switzerland, every school child will be in contact with yodel during their primary school time. He said, I think it's a very good chance for the future of yodel to be on that UNESCO list. There's your wacky and weird news about yodeling and how it's going to become one of those, probably, one of those protected UNESCO heritage, tangible heritage list. Honoring
expansion of
Swiss yodeling.
That's right. And the expansion of yodeling can only lead to one thing, I say. And of course, you need one of those horns. Those, I guess they're called Alpine horn or Alp horns. Those like long horns, right? Yes. And since yodeling is taken off and more people can discover the wonders of Ricola cough drops. Ricola. I have a joke for this.
Yeah, that's famously a yodeling thing, yes.
Ricola. Yeah, you can yodel with or without the horn, but you need that low frequency to, I don't know.
Of course, the biggest problem with Ricola is it's so expensive for cough drops, man. It's the most expensive ones. €10 for a bag.
Was this originally for calling livestock, I wonder, not just necessarily?
Yeah, that's what they're like. It's just communication over the hills, right? Because it bounces.
Right. Livestock don't know words, they just know sounds. And they hear that horn, they're like, oh shit, it's time to whatever, our favorite treat. Hey, I have a knock-knock joke.
You have a knock-knock joke? Okay.
Yes, it is. Knock-knock.
Who's there?
Little old lady.
Little lady who? Is that what you're going to do?
There you go. Thank you. All right.
All right.